Adam and Corwin are playing games.
They're both so stupid and lame.
The show is going to hell. In a handbasket.
Hey everyone, I'm Corwin. This is Adam. You're watching HandbasketGaming, and we're playing Half-Life 2. We are currently deep in a prison system.
Yup. Much like my childhood. That's not true. I've got an interesting story about that too. Man, I don't know what it is about Half-Life. It just brings the stories out of me. So I promised at the end of the last episode that I was going to tell my camp stories. Then I'll tell my prison stories.
Speaking of, just to make the two comparisons, I want this more like an educational thing for folks to have. If anyone ever tells you that they've got anal lube, all lube is lube.
That's actually not
true. So if they say anal lube, yeah, but there isn't special anal lube.
Yes, there absolutely is.
Oh, shit. Now I've been lied to by prison wardens and counselors.
Oh, wow. I don't know what I expected.
Shit, where's my flashlight?
F.
There we go.
For flashlight.
For fun.
You killed my brain with that shit, man.
I'm sorry, buddy.
Camp
you
stories.
Were saying camp stories.
Camp stories. So yeah, I was, again, not the most outdoorsy of kids. Like, I actually like going camping, like, with my family and stuff, but not a big fan of camp in general. And we did a thing where, like, it was one of the various activities, but they happened to pick a field of play that was near some woods. And me, little sixth grade Adam, decided that he was just done with this whole camp thing. It was like day 2 or day 3 or something like that. And I'm just like, I'm tired of this crap. I don't want to play this game at all. And so I'm out. And so I waited until, like, and I'm like, now thinking back on it, I feel terrible for the counselor because she was probably like,
oh, you just ditched?
Early 20s, if that. She was kind of cute too. Like, little 6th grade me was very into her. But yeah, I disappeared into the woods. I'm just like, I'm out. And just like waited for her to be not looking and then just wandered off into the woods. And I was just sitting, like, I wasn't far away. I was just in the woods, just hanging out and, like, you know, half napping under a tree. Because I'm not a delinquent, like, I wasn't a delinquent or anything. It's just like, I don't want to play, and fuck you for trying to make me participate in something. It just comes back to my field day things.
Make me be physical. This is bullshit.
Well, it was mostly just I was bored with the game, I think. But yeah, I disappeared for, like, a solid half hour, 45 minutes, and I heard her looking for me. And I didn't say anything. Like, because I'm just like, I'm gonna get in trouble if I say something. So I'm just gonna stay here. And I didn't think fully through the fact that I couldn't just stay there because I had another, like, 3 days of camp. It's just like, I have to come out at some point. So at one point I'm just like, okay, and I'm just like, hi, I'm back. She's like, where were you? I'm just like, right here, I'm sitting under that tree, and, like, I didn't get in trouble or anything because she, like, nobody other than her and the other kids knew that I had been gone at all. So she's just like, it was a moment of understanding between us. She's just like, I'm not gonna get in trouble, and you're not gonna get in trouble, and we're gonna keep our fucking mouths shut, okay? That was great.
That's funny.
But, okay, so there was something else that was bullshit about that camp. Sorry. This is apparently a thing that, apparently I have a lot of memories that piss me off about camp and middle school, and yeah.
Man, I'm kind of sick of placing these everywhere.
So, we had a thing, like, one of the things, since it was a camp, they were big on, you know, conservation and whatnot. So, at the end of each meal, like, it was, you know, eat all you all you can eat, but eat all you take. And anything that was left over got put into a bin. And I think it was like, I think we were on teams or something, or it was just like, you know, in general, you're trying to do better. Oh, no, yeah, because excuse me. The entire 6th grade class was separated out into groups. And so we were against each other as to who could have the least waste. at the end of the thing. And me being the admittedly strange-ass kid that I was, I wanted to be liked by my peers, and that, we know how well that worked, judging by my personality now. But what I would do is I would wait and not eat. Like, I wouldn't take any food for myself, and I would wait until everybody else was finishing up, and I'm just like, give me your leftovers, and I will eat all the leftovers, and then we'll have, like, no leftovers, because I'll eat a bunch, because I will not have eaten any of my own food. So it's a perfect strategy, because, like, that's the other thing, is that I was always very competitive when I decided to participate in something.
You still are competitive.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about. What? But yeah, so I'm just like, let me be the garbage person in this arrangement, and we will win the competition. About day 2 or 3 of the camp, the people in charge realized what I was doing and then disallowed it. They're just like, you're not allowed to have anybody else eating off of your tray. Like, your leftovers have to go in the bin. And I'm just like, adult me gets, communicable diseases and whatnot, and that's just a bad plan. But 6th grade me was just so pissed. I'm just like, just because I beat your system, just because I'm smarter than you, doesn't mean you get to take away my victory and my only way to get people to like me. Because it was a nice few days there. People were kind.
They were nice.
People were kind to me. Yeah.
So sad when you say it like that.
Yeah. I also, so the last bit of story that I wanted to remember to tell, because we were talking about prison or whatever. When I was a kid, I was visiting my cousins the one time, and we got caught shoplifting at Pat Catan's, of all places.
Wow.
Yeah. And it was
a funny place to get caught shoplifting.
I know, like, it was literally because we had been dragged to Pat Catan's by my aunt, and I didn't want to be there, and my cousins were absolutely, like, they were, at the time I described them as way cooler than me. Now I, describe them as
an adult. How would you describe your loser cousins?
They're not losers. How would you describe your douchebag cousins? If I were to meet them today as children, I would describe them as delinquents, because I am still very straight edge.
So if you had met me as a kid...
Oh, you were a fucking delinquent, man.
Oh my God.
Like, you were a latchkey kid.
I did some bad stuff.
Yeah, you were a delinquent. Like, capital D and capital all the other letters in delinquent.
I don't even care. So yeah, so train tracks was our hangout spot.
Yeah, so they were a bit more well versed in the art of shoplifting than I was, and we got straight up caught, and it was my first time ever shoplifting, and I got caught. Like, that happened a lot to me, where it's like the first time I'm ever trying to do this little bad thing, and I immediately get caught. And like, it's probably why I was well behaved as a kid, not because
I was bad at being bad.
Exactly. It's just like I always get caught.
That's funny.
But yeah, so they dragged us back to the back office, and they called my aunt in, and they're just like,
it's a porn star,
and like, they're just like, we're not going to call the cops because I don't know, they obviously weren't going to call the cops over shoplifting. But they had me convinced that they were thinking about it, and mind you, I should have been tipped off that they weren't going to call the cops when they said, we're not going to call your parents because it's long distance for us. This is back before cell phones, and they're just like, because this was up in Cleveland visiting my cousins, so it was a long distance call for Pat Catan's to call my parents. So they're just like, we're not going to call them because it's long distance, but your aunt's going to tell them about it, so you should be worried. My aunt never told them. And I'm just realizing now that I don't think like a crime. I'm just realizing it right now that I don't think I ever told my parents about this. So, FYI, back when I was 12-ish, I got caught shoplifting in Pat Catan's. And, oh, that was the other thing. They're just like, and you have a lifetime ban from Pat Catan's. And they took my picture and hung it up in the back room. And for years afterwards, I'm just like we had I think a stage crew thing or something, which is like, we need supplies for this school project or something like that. And they're just like, well, there's a Pat Catan's nearby. I'm just like, I can't go to Pat Catan's. Don't ask me why, but I can't go to Pat Catan's. It's just like, we have to go to Joanne Fabrics because I can't go to Pat Catan's. I'm not going back to prison.
I'm not going. You ain't gonna make me, motherfucker.
You can't make me go back.
Oh, man. Well, now we're back at home base, so that's a big plus in the right direction.
Yep. And on the next episode, I don't know what we're going to talk about because I'm out of my angry middle school phase stories, apparently. At least for now.
I got some I can throw on you.
So yeah, what do you guys think is our favorite class to play? Like our favorite type of character in D&D and various other RPGs and whatnot? Answer in the comments down below. End of the week, we'll record the right answers and give shout-outs to people who get it right. And if you have any games that you want to see us play, please suggest them down in the comments. Bye, everybody.
Go rescue a pet from the APL or some shit.
Yeah.
Do it.
Bye.